Imagine a tool of gleaming steel, its curling blade echoing nature's elegance. It wasn't until I discovered its hidden potential that I realized it belongs to a forgotten era of artistry and precision. Take a good look. Do you know what this was for? Most people have no idea. This remarkable tool, often hidden away in a blacksmith's workshop, served a very specific purpose in the art of shaping metal. Its name? The hardy and humble drawknife. Traditionally utilized by those who shaped wood and metal alike, the drawknife was a pivotal instrument for blacksmiths, carpenters, and wheelwrights in their daily trades. Picture a sun-drenched workshop, the aroma of freshly planed wood hanging in the air as a craftsman stands over his workbench. His arms are tensed, muscles coiled like the steel he shapes, as he draws the knife towards him, slicing away thin shavings from a wooden beam. This tool allowed artisans to carve the intricate forms of wheels, furniture, and elegant features of buildings in a time before machines took over, preserving their skill for generations to come. But it didn't remain in use forever. As the Industrial Revolution gained momentum, machines offered a faster alternative, rendering the drawknife redundant, relegated to the shelves of antique shops and the memories of those who once wielded it with pride. Moving on, we find ourselves peering at another peculiar instrument. This one looks like a small, ornate lever with a broad, flat shovel-like implement at one end. Its handle, intricately crafted and showing signs of wear, hints at decades of labor within a bustling farmstead. What could it be? This is known as the seed dibber. Imagine a farmer in the Midwestern fields, the ground cool beneath his feet as he prepares to sow his crops. He bends down, using the seed dibber to make perfect holes in a row of rich, dark soil, each precisely spaced to prepare for a new generation of corn. With the dibber's sharp tip, he punctured the surface, his hands calloused but capable. As he drops a seed into each hole and carefully covers them back with dirt, he knows that the summer sun will coax them into life. The seed dibber was a marvel for efficiency, allowing farmers to sow their fields with just the right spacing while minimizing waste. However, with the advent of mechanized seed planters and advancements in agricultural technology, this cherished tool gradually faded from use, overshadowed by the very machines that promised greater efficiency. Next, let us consider yet another fascinating relic. This one, a curious-looking device resembling a metal claw with several small prongs jutting out. Its design is both elegant and functional, a blend of artistry and utility that evokes the spirit of American craftsmanship. Can you guess its purpose? This is a spokeshave. In the hands of a skilled wheelwright, the spokeshave was invaluable for refining wooden spokes, the very heart of a wheel. Picture a wheelwright in a dusty workshop, surrounded by the sound of saws and chisels, as he deftly maneuvered the spokeshave back and forth across the rounded edge of a wooden spoke. With each stroke, he shaped the wood, smoothing its surface and perfecting the curve necessary for a sturdy, reliable wheel. The spokeshave was not just a tool, but an extension of the craftsman's intent, allowing him to craft the perfect wheel for endless possibilities, from a cart delivering goods to a horse-drawn carriage bustling through a vibrant village. Yet, like many tools of old, its practicality faced challenges as machinery began to dominate the landscape of production. Mass production techniques meant that handcrafted wheels were a minority in the wake of industrial efficiency, and soon the spokeshave was tucked away, gathering dust in an overshadowed corner of history. Now, let's turn our attention to something that might appear deceptively simple, yet carries a heavy legacy. A small, rectangular metal plate, featuring irregular serrated edges. Its utility is not immediately clear, leaving one to wonder what it once accomplished. This is known as a rasp, an essential tool in the hands of a shoemaker. Imagine a quiet workshop, the leather smelling rich and earthy, as the shoemaker hunched over his workbench. His tools lay scattered around him, but the rasp was always within reach. As he crafted shoes that would one day carry the weight of their owner's steps, he used the rasp to refine the edges of leather, creating a smooth finish with each careful drag across the surface. Rasps transformed raw materials into finely tuned pieces of art, a shoe shaped around the very contours of a foot, ready to bear the world. However, as the production line for shoes became a reality, shoemakers began to rely on machines that could cut and mold leather far faster than any artisan ever could. The rasp, symbolic of a time when craftsmanship reigned supreme, faded into obsolescence, leaving only whispers of its essential contribution to an earlier era. Let's take a moment now to explore yet another fascinating tool, this one appearing like a handle with an elongated, curved metal piece protruding at a right angle from the end. It seems oddly shaped, begging the question of its use. This is a croquet mallet. While it may sound surprising, croquet mallets were once a common sight in agricultural settings, used regularly for specific farming duties. Picture a bustling homestead lined with rows of crops. A farmer adapting play for work uses this striking tool during breaks or family gatherings. The curved head allows them to knock a stubborn pest away, or even as an unexpected way to tend to wayward plants. Though now often associated with leisurely games on the lawn, it was commonplace for the dual use of such tools to offer respite for even the most diligent workers. The mallet's fate shifted as society grew, with the rise of specialized farming equipment and leisure becoming increasingly compartmentalized into separate realms. The days when a croquet mallet could serve a purpose in the fields faded, and it became relegated to family game nights or dusty attics. Now, as we delve into the hidden treasures of blacksmithing, consider this humble implement, a long, straight piece of heavy metal with a cylindrical groove at one end. It appears simple at first glance, yet its true value lies in its ingenuity. This is a swage. Picture a blacksmith at his forge, sparks flying as he turns bars of glowing metal into useful tools. The swage serves as a shaping tool for flattening and forming hot metal, allowing the blacksmith to create everything from hooks to intricate ornamentation. In the rhythmic dance between hammer and anvil, the swage facilitated creativity and precision, breathing life into raw materials through a blend of heat and skill. Yet with the invention of new machinery, the swage's importance began to wane. As blacksmiths turned to powered tools that offered consistent results with less effort, the swage eventually shuffled into obscurity, hidden away in the quiet corners of forgotten workshops, overshadowed by the allure of modernity. Did your grandfather have one of these in his shed? Did stories abound of what it crafted? Tell me below. As we reflect on this journey, let's examine one final relic, a small, intricately designed box with removable dividers and a somewhat worn appearance. Its purpose, while no longer common knowledge, belies its importance to the craftsmen who utilized it regularly. Meet the tool chest for a barrel cooper. Envision a cooper, surrounded by barrels that would soon be filled with the finest aged spirits. Each barrel took meticulous construction, and inside this chest lay the tailor-made tools of the trade. Hammers, chisels, and small knives each held their own compartment, designed for specific tasks in a process that balanced artistry with utility. The cooper would deftly measure, cut, and assemble staves into a perfect barrel, each fitted to withstand the rigors of age and liquid they would hold. Yet, the craft of barrel making saw a decline with the industrialization of storage and transportation methods. New materials emerged alongside changing consumer demands. The tool chest stood less for a craft and more for history, echoing a time when every wood barrel was a testament to painstaking work and hand-forged community. These stories remind us that our tools encapsulate not just functionality, but also the very essence of who we are. They tell tales of labor, creativity, and tradition. Many tools have quietly slipped away into the page of history, replaced by machines that inevitably altered our world. So let us take a moment to reflect on the craftsmanship that built America, the skilled hands and minds that shaped our tools, and, in doing so, shaped a nation. Like this if it took you back, and subscribe for the next forgotten tool. The workshop never really closes.